Welcome back, guys. What a week Arsenal's had. The North London derby blew them away. Absolute blew them away. They could never talk about North London is white. Forget about it. I don't even see them, Tottenham, as our rivals anymore. I really don't. It shows how far Arsenal has gone ahead of Tottenham. We don't need to say Tottenham is our North London rivals. Oh my God, 4-1. And how each player played. They knew exactly what they're supposed to be doing, where they're supposed to be. And the beautiful thing about that game, I mean, there's so many different individuals that you can talk about. You can talk about Nketiah stepping in for Gabriel. You know, he fit so beautiful, like a glove. Like we didn't miss Gabriel, even though we do. Because that's, again, he's a rock, a bedrock in that defense. But the way Arsenal approached the game, the way that when they never had the ball, how each individual was the movement. And I think that was the key. The way, it's not when that person had that ball, it was what the other players were doing around, making that space, making that run. We made Tottenham look stupid. We made Tottenham look like a second-rated team. They belong in the third division or the second division. And it was the manner of the approach, how they went for how they broke down Tottenham. They made Tottenham look ordinary, even though they are ordinary. But they looked out of place. They didn't know who to mark, how far, how should they defend deep. You know, they can't. They basically was looking for that break to do a counter attack on Arsenal, and Arsenal never gave them that chance. This is why Tottenham would never, ever, ever. And I'm just saying, maybe I've been a bit far-fetched here, but I don't think Tottenham would ever be an Arsenal. They would never compete with Arsenal. They would. Sorry, I won't say never. Let's take that back. They won't be able to compete with Arsenal for years. 4-1 victory over Tottenham. I tell you what, honestly, that was an absolute masterclass from every single one of them. Now, I know that Zubimendi, he made a little bit of a mistake. He held the ball for a little while, for a long while, longer than he should have. He should realise in the Premier League, you don't get that much chance in holding onto that ball. It's a quick game. But he's learned. But let me tell you something about Zubimendi. Oh my God, what a masterclass on that day. The way he performed, the way he controlled that midfield, it was like a conductor. You know, just taking his time, being calm, not rushing, giving that right ball to Eze, giving the right ball to Mikel Mourinho. Everything about that game was just spot on. And what I love about it was Trossard. I want to talk a little bit about Trossard. Honestly, Trossard is the most underrated player in the Arsenal side at this moment. I remember last season, he never had a great season. Trossard didn't have a great season. And there were rumours of Trossard being, could be sold. It can be sold. I think there was a time last season. I think he was linked with Crystal Palace and some other teams. When he used to come off the bench, he used to. I mean, he made an impact. I used to call him a super sub because when he comes off the bench, you know, either he can do something, he can give that pass, he can give that assist, or he can get that goal that we needed, change the game. But has he changed this season? Where was that Trossard last season? And I totally believe that these new signings that's come in has made Trossard raise his game. We all know Trossard doesn't like to sit on the bench. We all know that. Sometimes when you see his face when he comes off the bench, he looks like someone slapped him with a wet fish. Do you know what I mean? But he does what he needs to do. And that's why I always thought in myself that Trossard reads the game and he knows what needs to be done. So when he gets off that bench, takes whoever's coming off that field's place, whether that's Martinelli, he knows what needs to be done to unlock sometimes that low block. And he does well. The guy has literally changed things for me. He really has. Trossard is a player that he can play on. Obviously, he plays on the left. He can play as a false number 9. He can play as an inside left 10 in certain structures. And every single time he steps onto that pitch, he makes something happen. And, and that's what he was doing last season. But this season, because of Martinelli is basically injured, he's made that position his own. Look at that goal that he scored against Tottenham, how he took that ball down from, I think it was either from Eze, I think it was an Eze pass, or it might have been a Mikel Mourinho pass, and he took it down. And the way he took it down, his back was to the goal, and the way he turned to score that goal, oh my God. If he was playing for another team, people would call him world class. But because he's with Arsenal, they ain't going to do that. But we don't care. I honestly do not care whether they call him world class or not. But I'm telling you now, this season, Trossard is Arsenal's VIP. He really is one of Arsenal's VIP. Trossard is a player who's intelligent. He is I believe he's off the chart. This season, I believe he is off the chart. The way that he manipulates the defense, the way he appears in the pockets, the way he when he gets into the box, the way late. That's an art form. That is an art form. Arsenal have lots of players who arrives early into the box, but Trossard is the one that arrives late. He does. Just watch how he plays. For me, that's a specialist. That's the way he scores so many important goals. I like that about him. I really do. And also, as you know, Trossard's fearless. He takes touches when other players avoid. He'll shoot. He'll take shots when other players when sometimes other players hesitates, he turns into tight spaces 95% of the time. Of players, what am I trying to say? Yeah, 95% of the time of players would recycle the ball. Trossard might not be a poster boy. I don't think people see him as a poster boy. He might not be a Saka or an Erdegaard or a Martinelli, but he's the guy. He's the guy who elevates the system because he gives Arsenal unpredictability. Oh, I'm saying that's the right word, the right way of saying it. He really does. So I think everyone today has got to give, Arsenal fans have got to give Trossard his props. We've got to give Trossard, we've got to talk about Trossard more because we've got to remember last season, a lot of people wanted to sell him. And if I'm honest, I was one of the people who was thinking, well, if we can get good money for him and we can get an upgrade, let's do that. But boy, has he proved us wrong. Has he proved us wrong? You've got people like Eze. Oh, what could you say about Eze? Honestly, it would all work out. It would all work out. And it has for him. What I love about him and what I like the way he conducts himself is when he does something good, when he scores, he always gives the praise to Jesus Christ first. Now, some of you may not understand that. I know a lot of people may not be religious. But let me tell you something right now, okay? Well, regardless if you're religious or not, that man has faith in God. That man has put his abilities and his trust in God to say, look, you know, this is my dream when I was a child. You know what I want for my career and what team I want to play for. And not only that, this was his prayers and what he said to the reporter at the end. He prayed to score a hat-trick against Tottenham. He prayed that night, or whenever he did pray, he said, Father, please, I want to score a hat-trick against Tottenham. Everything else speaks for itself. The guy is different class. Now he's stepping up. Now he's coming into his own. Now he is making that number 10 shirt his own. He was the missing link, one of the missing links for Arsenal. When Arsenal plays against teams who basically parks the bus behind the goal, in front of the goal, it was sometimes a lot of times it's very hard for Arsenal to break them down because Arsenal was the kind of team that they play pretty football, good football. They take so many touches. They'll take how many touches from their goal, from their own goal to the final third of their opponent, and they'll still take those touches. Where I used to think to myself, that's too many touches. Just take the shot. Take the shot. Now we've got a player that can take the shots. Now we've got a player that can unlock the low blocks. Now we've got a player that can pick a lock and take that shot, and that is Eze. That is what we were missing. That is what we were missing. I know people are saying that, yeah, but we were missing a number 9. We're missing a striker. Yeah, I mean, again, Bucharest, he's out. But again, Eze showed exactly what Arsenal needed. to break down a stubborn defence. People, I mean, Tottenham couldn't handle him. Tottenham did not know where he was. Tottenham did not know whether to jump at him or to pull him away or whatever. Because Eze, it was like he was so cool. He wasn't rushing toward us. He wasn't rushing to this space. He wasn't rushing to that space. It was like he knew exactly where to go to collect that ball, to score. And look at the goals. Look at the goals that Eze scored. All three of them, to me, world class. But again, is he getting the props that he deserved? Because he's Arsenal. Because he's Arsenal. That guy has scored a hat-trick in the derby. And the beautiful thing about it, it was against Tottenham. I think they said the last time a player scored a hat-trick in a derby, and I'm talking about the Arsenal and Tottenham game, was over 50-odd years. 50-odd years. And that man has just come along and just scored 3. And for me, one of the icing on the cake is the Tottenham's manager. When they asked him, what did you think about Eze? Because you was linked with Eze. And the Tottenham manager looked at the camera and looked at the person who was asking the question, who is Eze? The guy who just scored 3 goals past you. That's who's Eze. You ain't going to forget that name now, though, are you? You ain't going to forget who he is. In fact, you must be having nightmares right now. You must be having nightmares, Tottenham's manager. You must be having nightmares. Who's Eze? Well, Eze's just told you who he was, pal. Come on, Arsenal. Now, let's talk about some other individuals. Declan Rice. What can we say about Declan Rice? Honestly, what can we say about Declan Rice? I mean, the guy is Arsenal's bedrock. He's Arsenal's rock. He's Arsenal's shield. He's Arsenal. Do you know something? I think they're going to call one day, and I think they're going to call him Mr. Arsenal. He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. He'll defend. He'll attack. He's in the midfield. He'll play out wide. He'll play out wide. He'll play in defense. The guy can run. He can tackle. He can header. He can take crosses. He can take corners. He can take free kicks. What is there that Declan Rice can't do? Declan Rice is world class. Now, I know people say, well, he ain't won anything, so you can't call him world class. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They call Lamau world class. They call Harry Kane world class. Declan Rice is world class, and there's no doubt about it. Declan Rice is the best midfield player in the Premier League. By far. By far. Declan Rice is the best midfielder in the Champions League in Europe. By far. By far. Declan Rice is the best midfielder in the world. By far. Totally, by far. That man, I say, is a captain in waiting. Personally, I think he should be Arsenal's captain. That's my opinion. please let me know what you think in the comments. Should Declan Rice be Arsenal's captain? I think he's perfect for Arsenal's captain. I think he is Arsenal's captain. But saying that, there's another player I think should be Arsenal's captain. And some people may say, well, no, we don't think so. But I do. I think Gabriel could be an Arsenal captain. I really do believe that. But we're talking about Declan Rice at the moment. But you can take players in. Look. He can take players in and out. You can rotate him. What's rotate him? You can rotate him. You can adjust structure, but without Declan Rice, Arsenal are not the same team, and that's a fact. Not even close. If we took Declan Rice out, I think we'd have a problem in the midfield. I really do. I honestly do feel that we'll have a problem in the midfield. So I think Arsenal need to rest that guy as well, because he's playing a lot of games. He's playing a hell of a lot of games. Rice gives Arsenal stability. He gives them power. He gives them vitality. He gives Arsenal control. And he even gives them leadership. He gives Arsenal leadership, guys. Seriously. That man is a leader. Look at the way he played against Bayern Munich. The guy was up and down. He lost the ball. And one time I think he lost the ball. He passed the ball to a Bayern Munich to a Bayern Munich player. They went off. He went after them. He got the ball back. He literally got the ball back and passed it to one of his own players. Some players would have given up. Some players would have just stopped. Okay, I've given the ball away. I'll let my defense take care of it. Declan Rice didn't do that. Declan Rice said to himself, "That's my responsibility. I lost the ball. I need to get that ball back, and I'm going to literally hunt you down to get that ball back." And he hunted him down, got the ball back, passed it on. There we go. We went and we went on the attack. But that's really the scary part about it. Sometimes I think we still underestimate him. Not we. People underestimate Declan Rice, because again, the only reason why they underestimate him because he's with the Arsenal. If he was somewhere else, if he was playing for someone else, Declan Rice will be called world class, and that's a fact. All right, and that's 100% fact. Defensively, all right, he covers ridiculous amount of ground. Ridiculous amount of ground he covers. Have a look at the Tottenham game. Have a look at the Bayern Munich game. Have a look at the Sunderland game. He's consistent. I mean, his presence basically transitions on his own. I mean, he can transition on his own. He really can. I mean, like I said, he hunts down the ball like a predator. Maybe I should call him a predator. But he is becoming Mr. Arsenal. He really is. But he hunts down like a predator. He wins. He wins duels, challenge, entire flow with the match. He's offensively. He's offensively. How can I say it? Offensively, I mean, he progressed with the ball, not just with passes, but with those but with the big um, with big confidence, charisma. His stature, just his appearance alone, shows what kind of character he is. He can switch. He can switch it. He switches players. He adds shooting. He threatens. He can threaten from distance. He connects the midfield with attack, with simplicity, but also generates confusion, because some people don't know whether he's going to go up forward. Some people don't know whether he's just going to sit back as a number 6. So he confuses so many opposition. Rice is the reason why Arsenal can play a high line. He is, because Zubamendi stays back, and Zubamendi can control as a maestro. And when Rice goes forward, he's very, very lethal. Rice is the reason why Arsenal commits their full. Rice is the reason why Arsenal commits their full backs. Their fullbacks go high. Rice is the reason why Arsenal can squares the team into their own half. And he can. What I'm trying to say is, Rice is the reason why they can. Each individual player, whether that's a fullback, whether that's the backs at the wing, okay, going forward, or the midfield, are all going up forward. It's because of Rice. It's because he pressures for between 60 to 70, 80% of the time, and I'm talking minutes on that field. He does not stop. And like I said, he is the bedrock of Arsenal. He's the architects. He is the platform that allows everyone else to shine. And I believe that's what Rice does. He really does. Let's talk quickly about Zubamendi. Zubamendi, come on now, like I said, the maestro. What a guy! This is the player who has been linked to Arsenal before, okay, back in Europe a few years ago. Liverpool wanted him. Liverpool thought they got him. But he wanted to come to Arsenal. He wanted to come to Arsenal. He's one of the best players in Europe. And now, again, no one really talks about Zubamendi, about how world class he is, what he does, the passes he does, he can score goals, he can take on players. He could take on players. He could take shots. He's very good. He's a very good tackler. He's got speed. No, he don't. No, I'll take that back. I always thought he doesn't. I don't think he's speedy. He's more of a slow pace. Takes his time. He looks around. He knows where his next pass is. Even before he gets the ball, he knows what he's doing. And that's what I like about him. Zubamendi is another one of Arsenal's great players. Now, you've got to remember, Zubamendi only came in last season, and he's hit the ground running. Not a lot of players come into the Premier League and hit the ground running. It takes them 2 or 3 seasons just to basically get get used to the Premiership, get used to the environment, get used to the culture, you know, get used to the manager's system. And he's done that, hitting the ground running. What a player. What a player Zubimendi has become for Arsenal. Again, that is, I say that again is because of Mikel Arteta. We could talk about Mikel Arteta some other time, but honestly, he is always known where the pressure is coming from. He moves the ball with simplicity, confidence. The only thing I can say that what did let him down against Tottenham was he did hold the ball for a bit too long. But he's learned from that. Guarantee you, he's learned from that. Guarantee you, he's learned from it. Come on. I love him. Honestly, I literally love him. You know, where Rice gives like power, Zubimendi gives rhythm and control. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal at times struggle when the tempo needs to be set by someone other than I'll say Odegaard. But Zubimendi is the kind of midfielder who dictates the speed of the game. He's not flashy. That's one thing about Zubimendi. Zubimendi is not flashy. Zubimendi is the quiet type. The ninja. Zubimendi is the ninja. But he keeps the entire structure of the structure balanced. So I mean, like in matches where Arsenal needs presence, needs calmness, needs someone who can just take the strain out of the panic phases. That's the guy Zubimendi. That is what Zubimendi is all about for me. Well done, Zubimendi. Brilliant. Love him. Love him. Do you know someone else I want to talk about who's world class? Kieran Timber. Right back. There is no better right back right now in the Premiership than Kieran Timber. Now, I remember some people are saying, some of the Chelsea boys, mates are saying, Reece James. Reece James can't even tie his shoelace, mate. Reece James has got nothing on Timber. Nothing. I don't even want to talk about it. That Timber is unbelievable. What a defender. The guy he's got speed. The guy's got skills. He can header. He can pass the ball. He does aerial battles. He can score from corners with headers. And look how short he is. Timber gives Arsenal something incredible. A defender who can play like a midfielder. He can also play in midfield. He could defend as a centre back. I mean, what can this guy cannot do? What can he not do? I mean, he can go deep into enemy territory and take someone else's place. Like, he could be a midfielder or he can go into attack. So versatile. Honestly, the guy is unbelievable. Timber is masterclass, and there is no full right back right now that can take his place. There isn't a right back. He is the perfect Arteta fullback. He's the perfect fullback for Arteta. Arsenal look more fulfilled when Timber's playing. The build up of the corners, he can take. I mean, again, he goes up the corner. He's only a short guy, and he can score. I mean, the transition, the transition area safety, the rotation work is better. The control is higher. I mean, everything about him. There's everything about him. The guy is amazing. I can't speak highly enough of him. I really can't speak highly enough of him, guys. I really can't. Look, everyone, please let us know what you think, what I'm talking about in the comment. Am I talking sense or am I not talking sense? Am I overreacting that Timber is a great player? Am I overreacting that Zubimendi is one of Arsenal's great players? Am I overreacting when I talked about Trossard is an unsung hero at the Arsenal? I mean, I could talk about all the players. I've not even talked about Saka. I mean, look how well Saka's doing. People talk about, oh, but Saka's not. Oh, yeah, but how many assists has he got? How many goals has he got? What people need to understand is, okay, this is a team. I only talked about individuals because I just wanted to pick them out. But this is a whole team. You got to look at what they do when they're off the ball, not just when they got the ball. Arsenal, I've always said to people, Mikel Arteta, if he doesn't play chess, he will be a very good chess player. Mikel Arteta, he plays the game like he's playing chess. People used to call few years ago. People used to say, "Oh, yeah, it's all well and good playing pretty football, but you haven't got anything. You haven't won anything." So, all right, Arsenal played pretty football. They played sexy football, but then they switched it around. Okay. Oh, it's all well and good scoring from set pieces, but you ain't won nothing. Oh, it's all well and good that you can score from open play, but you haven't won anything. You see what this says to me? Arsenal can play in any system and beat any team. Most teams has only got an A and B plan. Arteta has got an A, B, C, D, whatever plan he wants to put out there, it's going to work. Arsenal has got the best defence, the best midfield. I wouldn't say the best strikers as yet. I wouldn't say that. But right now, as a whole team, Arsenal are the best in the Premier League, and the best in Europe. And every single team is taking notice of what Arteta and Arsenal is doing right now. Arsenal's got a big game coming up on Sunday. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Now, if I'm honest, I'm not really still worried about Chelsea, but Chelsea is unpredictable. They've had an up and down season so far, but right now they're second in the Premier League. You've got to admit Chelsea have got some good players in their team. Caicedo is one of them, one that I particularly look out for. Caicedo is he's a young player, very strong player. He does bully players, and that is why Arsenal. That is why I'm not too much worried about him, because I know Declan Rice can take care of him. I know Mikel Mourinho won't let him bully him. The one I can see that he would bully, something I don't even see him. That I can't. No, I mean I was gonna say Zubimendi, but Zubimendi ain't gonna let him bully him. I can't see that. I'm not really worried too much about what Chelsea's got to bring to the table. I know, but if Arsenal bring what they've got to the table, Arsenal will win. Arsenal will beat them in defence. Arsenal can beat them in the midfield. Arsenal could beat them on the wing. It's more about our striker. our number force 9, Mikel Mourinho. I think I do not think Victor Gyökeres is going to be ready yet. I do feel that it's going to be Mourinho, and I still say Mourinho is enough up front for Arsenal to win this game, and I'm predicting Arsenal to win 2-0. I'm not going to say that Chelsea's going to score. I do believe Arsenal has got a strong enough defense and midfield to take on Chelsea. So so that's what I'm going for. Please let me know what you think in the chat. Please let me know your prediction. Please let me know who you would like to see start for Arsenal. Again, please let me know your predictions, what the score is going to be. Please subscribe. Please like. Please tell your friends about it, about this channel, guys. It really would help me to keep doing this and getting other people involved with me to have a bigger discussion. And whatever you guys thought about this episode, please let me know in the comments, and the good ones I will bring up on the next episode of the Arsenal Fans Focus. So thanks very much. I do believe Arsenal will win this. Listen, Arsenal's had an absolute, I say for the last 5 games, Arsenal's had it hard, but Arsenal has come through. And these last 2 games, all right, Sunderland was a blip. I do believe Sunderland was a blip. I do believe Arsenal should have won that game. I do believe, we can blame the goalkeeper, because I don't think the goalkeeper should have come out. I don't know what Gabriel was doing at the time. Why he did that sort of tackle. But at the end of the day, we did not lose it. We was at home to Tottenham. We did not lose that. We battered them. We had a Champions League game against Bayern Munich. They came to our house. We battered them. Arsenal's been making statements after statements after statement. The only thing we had against us, okay, was in the very beginning when we played Liverpool. I still say Arsenal should have gone for that, gone all out, and I think Arsenal would have won that game. Liverpool wasn't over Arsenal. Liverpool didn't turn over Arsenal. It just took a wonder goal to basically beat us. Okay? We drew against City. Again, we could have won that game. We should have won that game. Arsenal's in a really good position right now. They're in a really good area, a good zone. We can get over the line. Arsenal fans, we can get over the line. And believe me, I think Arsenal can win the league. We can definitely challenge for the Champions League. Wouldn't it be nice? I know I'm jumping ahead of myself. I know I am, but wouldn't it be nice just to rub it in all those pundits' faces? People like Jason Cundy, some of those TalkSport people. And you know who I would love to rub it in their faces? And I'm going to be finishing off now, guys. I'm finishing off now because I might get a little bit heated because there's other things that's coming into my head. You know what I would love to rub it in their faces? Not only pundits, I would love to rub it in their faces if Arsenal won the Premier League or the Champions League. Not only the rival fans, I would love to rub it in their faces. But you know who else? These so-called Arsenal fans, okay, who wants Arsenal, Mikel Arteta out. I want Mikel Arteta to do it so bad so I can rub it in these negative Arsenal fans' face. I know that Arsenal should have won a title by now. Of course, I get it. We should have won the Premier League by now. But hey, guys, Mikel Arteta knows exactly what he's doing, and it's going to be all the more sweeter when we get that. When we get that Premier League title, and I will rub it in the opposition faces. I'm going to rub it in the Liverpool faces. I'm going to rub it in the Tottenham faces. I'm going to rub it in the Chelsea faces. But most of all, what I'm looking forward to is rubbing it into those Arsenal fans' negative faces. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for listening. Please, like I said, please subscribe. Really would help me, guys. Please subscribe. Please share the. Please share this with your friends. Please hit the like button also as well. And guys, please follow us on the next one. Please leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you got to say. And last thing is, come on, Arsenal. Let's finish this one off. Let's have a great, great weekend and finish off those West London lot down the road. Okay, well, not down the road, on the west side, who thinks they're with the big boys. They're not. We're Arsenal, and there's only one team in London, and that's red and white. Cheers, guys. God bless. Thanks once again.